Cain was mad, but he said, but God judged him because he said, now God's not an unjust God. So God would have been unjust to tell Cain, you know what he said to Cain? Now Cain, you knew you should have given me first. That's what he told him. He said, now Cain, come on. You know what you were supposed to do. That's what he said. He said, Cain, you knew what you were supposed to do. Now get it right and then come back to me and it'll be right. That's exactly what God said to him. Well, how did he know what he was supposed to do? It's implied that God told Adam and Adam told him. That's how we know that Abel knew what he was supposed to do. Why did Abel bring him a good offering? Because it's implied that God had told Adam and Adam had told his sons, the Lord blesses us with increase. And here's what he has told me he expects. He wants his first fruit. We have to do, every time we get blessed with increase, we got to honor him with first fruit. This was way before the law. And church, we're going to find out later on what Jesus says about it. So, we didn't have a lot of time, all of our time today, but within the time we had, I wanted you to understand that when you hear people saying, well, that's the law and everything else, it came way before the law. Then our obligation to tithe comes after the law. You know why? Because that same high priest that Abraham tithed to was Jesus. And what all of Hebrews says, you find this in Hebrews chapter 6, 7, and 8, it talks about the fact that Jesus is a high priest after the order of Melchizedek. And the number one thing about his priesthood is that it didn't end. That's the key. So if Abraham tithed to Jesus and Jesus' high priesthood didn't end, well, it's still going on today. Now you understand why Pastor always says, hold up your offering envelope to our great high priest, the Lord Jesus Christ. We're still tithing to him today. It did not end. It was before the law. It's after the law. And really, that's what we wanted to talk about today. And the last thing would be, why is this so important to God? One, it honors God. And the second reason it's important to God is because it finances his church. It finances his church. God, remember I said that God set the tithe and we set the offering?
Yes.
Well, guess what? God knew that the church is not going to be financed by the offering that we set. You know what I mean? If it's left up to us in our heart, because we have such small faith, the church not going to be financed by our offering. But it will be financed by our tithes. Because that 10%, it'll make it happen. All right. My time is up. And I thank you for yours. Okay?